Hello and welcome to Competition Community, and I am Saurabh, and in this series of FTR 3.0, this is the fifth part of Quantitative Aptitude, and the topics for our discussion today are Permutation and Combination, Probability, Mensuration 2D and Mensuration 3D. So let's start this video and take out your notebook and pen and be with me from starting to ending, because we are not only going to discuss the questions but also the concept behind it. So you are going to learn quite many things. So the first question is here. It is given that 10PR is equal to 12PR minus 1, then what is the value of R? So here we should know the formula of NPR. NPR is N factorial divided by N minus R factorial. So if we try to solve this expression, it is given that 11PR is equal to 12PR minus 1. So if we try to put this formula over here, we will get over here is 11 factorial divided by 11 minus of R factorial. We will get here 12 factorial and divided by we will get 12 minus of R minus 1 factorial. Now what is minus of R minus 1? You can, if we open this bracket, it will be R minus of minus, which will become plus 1. So ultimately we can write this expression as 13 minus R factorial. We can write it as 13 minus of R factorial. Now we don't need to solve entirely. See, we are having options, so we can use options. We know that factorial can never be negative, so we cannot use 16 over here because 11 minus 16 will be negative. So if we try to put 9 over here, this will become 11 factorial divided by 11 minus of 9 is 2 factorial. And what we'll get over here is 12 factorial divided by 13 minus of 9, which is 4 factorial. So if we try to solve it, this can be 12 multiplied by 11 into what is n factorial? N factorial is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2, so on up to 1 factorial 1. So if we try to expand this 12 factorial, we can write as 12 into 11 factorial and divided by we will get 4 factorial. What is 4 factorial? 4 factorial is nothing but 24. And if we cut this 12 by 24, we'll get 2. And here we are getting 11 by 2, and here also it is 11 by 2 only. It means that this option is correct. So we are trying to solve this by option, and option B is correct. We don't need to go any further. Option 2 has already satisfied. Let's move to the next question. So here is the question number 2. Let's try and solve it. What is the total number of 3 digits made up of different digits? Now, to solve digits problem, we need to make dashes. How many dashes? 3 dashes, because it is a 3-digit number. Now we always solve this 3-digit number from left to right until and unless any condition is mentioned for the units digit. If any condition is mentioned for unit digit, for example, this particular number is an even number, then we have a condition over here that this unit digit should be an even number. Only then the entire number will be an even number. But here there is nothing mentioned. So we'll directly solve from left to right. So if I ask you how many numbers we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So there are 10 digits we are having. But over here we cannot put 0. If we cannot put 0, we are left with 9 digits. So we have 9 options over here. And the second number can be filled in how many ways? See, we have to use different digits. Different means if you have used any one of these digits, that digit cannot come here. So for example, if you have used 5 over here, we are left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and with 0 also, because you can use 0 here. So this will be again 9 options. And now if any other digit which you have taken here, suppose you have used 9, now you are left with only 8 options. So this is the number of ways you can make a 3-digit number with the given conditions, different digits conditions. So 9 9s is 81 multiplied by 8, 8 8s is 64 and 1 more, so 648. Yani second question, option number D is the correct answer. Let's move third question. So here is the third question. Let's try and solve it. How many ways can the letters of the word capital can be arranged when all the vowels are together? So we should know one simple thing, that n different objects when arranged in a same line, then the permutations are n factorial. So here we are having CAPITAL. So we have to arrange them in a straight line such that all the vowels are together. So what are the things we are having? See, we are talking about n different objects. So the first object will be C. Actually it is a letter, but we are arranging letters here which are acting like a different objects, and different objects are arranged in n factorial ways. So we are going to use this formula. Now the number of vowels all the vowels should come together. So leaving the vowels, we will try to separate them. C is separate, it is a consonant. Then A is a vowel, we will write A here. Then P, then I is again a vowel. Then T will come here, A and L. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a 7-letter word. However, it is mentioned that all the vowels should come together. So what we will consider is, we will consider this vowel as an object. We cannot separate these vowels because all vowels should come together. Now 1, 2, this is my first object, this is the second object, this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth. So n different objects. So here are n different objects. First, second, third, fourth, fifth can be arranged in a straight line in n factorial ways. So this will be arranged in 5 factorial ways. Multiplied by wherever this object goes, this object will be arranged in itself in 3 factorial ways, because there are 3 objects inside it also, A, I, A. However, there are 2 same objects, so we have to divide by 2 factorial. If there are any same objects in a group, then we have to divide by that factorial to find the number of arrangement. So 3 factorial for 3 objects and 2 are same, so divide by 2 factorial. What is the value of this? 5 factorial means 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, which comes out to be 120. Multiplied by, this is 3 factorial and this is 2 factorial. It is 6 by 2, so this will be 3. So 120 into 3 will be 360. So option B is the correct answer for this question. I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the next question. So fourth question is here, how many different words can be formed with the 4 letters of the word logarithms when the letters are not repeated? So now again you can see, to select R objects and arrange them from n given objects is NPR. What is NPR meaning? NPR means selecting R and arranging them out of n objects. So how many numbers, digits we are having, letters we are having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So out of 10, we have to make and arrange 4. So this is going to be 10 factorial divided by 10 minus 4 is 6 factorial. So this comes out to be 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into, again it will go on from 6 to 1. So we can write 6 factorial divided by 6 factorial. This 6 factorial will get cancelled and our job is easy now. Multiplying this 2 is 90. Multiplying this 2 is 56. And 56 multiplied by 90 will be 54, 6 is 54 and 45 plus 5 will be 5040. So answer to this question is C option. I hope it is clear. We had to take 4 letters and make the arrangements out of the given 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is 10 PR, and the answer will be 5040. Let's move to the next question. Here is the question number 5. In how many ways 5 children can stand in a row? So we know that n different objects can be arranged in a straight line. Then the permutations is n factorial, which is 5 factorial. And 5 factorial just now we saw is 120. Let's move on to the next question. So here is the question based on combination. The formula is 10C4 plus 10C5 is how much? Now we should know that NCR minus 1 plus NCR gives the value of n plus 1 CR, where NCR means n factorial divided by n R factorial into n minus R factorial. So if we try to find this value, so we can see that this is 10CR, which R minus 1, which corresponds to this. This is NCR now, which corresponds to this. Then what is the value of this? It is going to be n plus 1. You can see n plus 1. So 10 plus 1 will be 11. C, here you have to take R, CR, which is 5, right? So we have to find the value of 11C5. And we know that NCR is equal to n factorial divided by R factorial and multiplied by n minus of R factorial, which is equal to 11 factorial divided by r is 5 factorial and multiplied by 6 factorial. Now we can easily calculate it. We know that the value of this is going to be 11 into 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 factorial, and in the denominator we are having 5 factorial multiplied by 6 factorial. This 6 factorial and this 6 factorial will be cancelled, and this 5 factorial can be written as 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 2 5s is 10. 3 will cut this 9 3 times and 4 will cut this 8 2 times. Now 3 2s is 6, 6 7s is 42, and 42 multiplied by 11 is what we need to find. 42 multiplied by 11. So again see, the option here is 462. This will be what? 462. 11 42s are 462. I hope it is clear. Let's move to the next question. So a box contains 8 red and 7 blue and 6 green balls. A ball is drawn randomly. What is the probability that the ball is neither red nor green? See, we should know that probability, if the sample space of a random experiment is ns, that is the total number of cases, and the event are ne, then the probability that the event will occur, p is equal to ne divided by ns. And here it is given that we have 8 balls, 8 red balls, and we have 7 blue balls, and we have 6 green balls. Now we have to pick a ball randomly, and out of this random picking, the probability that the ball is neither red nor green, so the ball has to be blue. So we have to take out, the probability is going to be, we have to take out a ball from blue because the event is this, and the total number of balls we are having is 8 plus 7 plus 6. 8 plus 7 plus 6 is 21. 21 C1. So 7C1, what is 7C1? We know that NC1 is nothing but n. Because NCR we have already seen the formula. This will be n factorial divided by n minus 1 factorial multiplied by 1. So this term is going to be nothing but n. So here we'll get 7 and here we'll get 21, and you can cut it and you will get 1 by 3 as the answer, and B option is the correct answer for this question. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question, question number 8. Another question here we have taken based on probability. What is the probability that the sum total is 8 when 2 dices are thrown? Again, when we throw 2 dices together, we know that in each dice the number of values which can come in a dice is 1 to 6 in the first dice and 1 to 6 in the second dice. Now the total number of probability. So if we see this, that the sum total here can start from 1 1, right, and it will go to so the minimum number that can occur in the sum is 2, and the maximum occur number is 6 6, which is equal to 8 12. So to remember the number of cases that such possibilities are there are total possibilities are 36. So if we want to find the probability, we always know that in first dice there are 6 number of cases, in the second dice there are 6 number of cases, then the total number of cases is 6 into 6, which is equal to 36. However, we have to find that this sum should be 8. The sum should be 8, and the sum should be 8. Here is 8, and the number of cases corresponding to 8 is 5. Only in 5 cases there will be 8, and the answer is 5 by 36. So A option is correct. Now I will tell you a trick how to remember the number of cases for each sum. Now the trick to remember the sum is that from 2 to 7, if you subtract 2 minus 1, you will get 1 case. If you subtract 3 minus 1, you will get 2 cases. If you subtract 4 minus 1, you will get 3 cases. So that is the key to remember the sum from 2 to 7. However, from 8 to 12, what you have to do is you have to minus this number from 13. 13 minus 8 is 5, and 13 minus of 9 is 4. So the sum total is 8. How many cases are there? 5 cases. What are these 5 cases? The first dice has 6 and the second dice has 2. The sum total is 8. Or 2 6, the sum total is 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. 3 plus 5 is also 8, and 4 plus 4 is also 8. So that for sum to get 8, there are 5 cases, And how to remember this number, that out of 36, 5 cases are there. For that, you should remember this number 13, and 13 minus of 8, you will get 5 cases here. 13 minus 9, you will get 4 cases, and 13 minus of 10, you will get 3 cases. 13 minus 11, you will get 2 cases, and 13 minus of 12, there is only one case possible. What is that one case? This is the 6. So this is the trick to remember. From 2 to 7, you have to subtract -1, and from 8 to 12, you have to subtract 13 from that digit. I hope this is clear to you. And always this probability formula we know. So out of 36, there are 5. So the probability is 5 by 36. I hope it is clear. Let's move to the next question. So here is the question based on cards. 2 cards are removed from a deck. Before the second card is removed, the first extracted card is put back into the then what is the probability that the first card is a diamond and the second is a king? So for this, we should know the concept behind the cards. So in a cards game, there are total 52 cards. There are a total of 52 cards. Out of these 52, there are 26 red card and 26 black card, right? And in this 26, there are 13 diamond cards and 13 heart cards. And in spade, we have 13, and in club, we have 13. This spade and club are black in color, and a red suit, we have diamond and heart. And in each suit, we have 13 cards. This 13 cards corresponds to A. Then we will have 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we will have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we will have J, K, and Q. So if we see, the number cards are from 2 to 10, that is 9 cards are there, and these 9 cards, number cards will be here also, and here also. So number cards are how many? There are 36 number cards. And if we call this A, J, Q and K, these are called honor cards. So A, K, Q, J are called honor cards. So how many honor cards we have? 4 multiplied by 4 suits. In this also we will have 4, this also 4, this also 4. So total number of honor cards will be 16. And this JQK, this JQK are called face cards. So how many face cards do we have? 3 face cards here, 3 face cards here, 3 face cards in spade, 3 face cards in clubs. So total there will be 12 face cards. So this is the small information which we should remember, and let's try and solve that question again. So 2 cards are removed from the deck of cards. Before the second card is removed, the first extracted card is put back. What is the probability that the first card is diamond and the second card is a king? So now we know that probability of an event is number of event occurring, number of sample space. And again, we know that NCR is equal to n factorial by n r factorial multiplied by n minus r factorial. So the number of sample space for the first case will be 52 C1, because out of 52 cards we have to select one. Now what was the probability that the first card is a diamond, and how many diamonds we have? We have 13 diamonds. So we will multiply 13 C1 over here, multiplied by, in the second case, now you have taken that first card and you put back the first card. So again we are having 52 cards, not 51 cards, right? We are putting back that card. So again 52 out of 52. Out of 52, we have to select one card. Now, the second card has to be a king. How many kings we have? We have 4 kings, because there are 4 suits and each suit has 1 king. So this is going to be 4C1. 4C1. Now, what is NCR? NCR is this. So NC1 is nothing but n factorial divided by 1 factorial into n minus 1 factorial. This n minus 1 factorial and this will get cancelled. So NC1 is nothing but n, right? So instead of this, we can directly write 13, because this is 13C1 is nothing but 13. This is 52, this is 4 and this is 52. And 52 will get cancelled, 4 13s are, and we'll get the answer as 1 by 52. That is the probability. So I hope this question is clear to you. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 10 for this video. Here is the next question. 6 coins are tossed together. What is the probability of getting at least one tail? See, there are 6 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coins are there. In each coin, you can get either a head or a tail. So the probability of number of sample space, if we talk, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here you can get either head or tail. Here you can get either head or tail. Here you can get either head or tail. Here again head or tail. Here again head or tail, and here again head or tail. So there are two possibilities, multiplied by 2, 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 multiplied by 2. So total number of sample space is 64. Now it is said that the probability of getting at least one tail. What is the probability of getting at least one tail? See, you can get either one tail, or you can get two tails, or you can get three tails, or you can get four, or you can get five, or you can get six, or you can get no tails, right? Or you can get no tails. So what I can write is that either we will get no tails, or we will get at least one tail. At least one tail. Can I write it like this? Either we will get no tail, or we will get at least one tail. What does at least one tail means? At least one means one tail, or you can get two tail, or three, or four, or five, or six. Otherwise, if you remove this case, the other case is no tails. So one small thing why I am discussing all this is, we should know that probability that an event does not occur, probability that an event does not occur is 1 minus the probability that event occurs. So what we have to find is probability of at least one tail. At least one tail is equal to 1 minus probability of no tail. No tail, right? It is as easy as that. Because either this will happen or this will happen, and this is very calculative. You have to take out the probability for one tail, you have to take out the probability for two tails, and so on till six tails, and you have to add it. But the easier technique is to take out the probability for no tails at all and just subtract it from 1. So this is going to be 1 minus, total cases are 64. And in how many ways you can get no tails? There is only one way, that this should be head, 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 and this should be head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the 6 should be head, and there is only one way to get it. So the probability of no tail is 1 by 64, and this will be 64 minus 1 by 64, which is 63 by 64. And this is the probability of at least one tail. And the answer to this question is B option. I hope this method is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question, question number 11. So there are 36 tickets in a box with numbers from 1 to 36 written on it. One of those tickets is drawn randomly. What is the probability that the number on the ticket removed is either divisible by 3 or being a perfect square? Now we have 36 tickets. So we know that if we have to find the probability, we should have number of tickets as 36. So this is our sample space. This is our sample space. Now what is the number of event? Event is that the number should be either divisible by 3 or it should be a perfect square. So 36 divided by 3 if I do, there are 12 numbers. There are 12 numbers which are divisible by 3. So 12 numbers are divisible by 3. And if we talk about the perfect square less than 36, it is 1, it is 4, and it is 9. Then you will get 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, and 6 square is 36. However, when you were counting the number of digits which are divisible by 3, you have already counted 36 inside it. You have already counted 9 inside it. The numbers which are not counted in this 12 are 1, 4, 16 and 25. So the probability is going to be total number where 12 over here plus 4 more numbers, these 4 numbers. So number of events is nothing but 12 plus 4, which is 16. So our probability will become 16 out of 36. If I cut this by 4, we'll get 4 by 9. And the answer to this question is B option. This can be cut by 4. 4 by 9 is the correct answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Let's move to the next question. So till now we have seen some questions based on probability, permutation, combination. Now we will start with some questions based on mensuration. So this is mensuration 2D, which is plain figures. So the first figure here is a square. Let's try and solve this question. The length of the diagonal of a square is a centimeter. Which of the following represents the area of the square? See, we know that area of the square is diagonal square by 2. So we can directly put it as a square by 2 because a is the diagonal. How did this come? See, we know that area of a square is nothing but side square. However, when we draw a square, if this is a square, this is A, this is A, this is A, this is A, then what is its diagonal? Its diagonal D is equal to under root of 2 of A. So A will be D by root 2. If A will be D by root 2, we can put it here, and what you will get is D square by 2. So this is the direct formula, and this was just an explanation. You can directly put A square divided by 2 is the answer for this question. I hope it is clear. Let's move to the question number 13. So the perimeter of two squares are 24 and 32. What is the perimeter in centimeter of the third square with area equal to the sum of the areas of these square? So we should know the formula for perimeter, and we should know the formula of square's area. So the perimeter of a square is 4 into side, and the area of a square is side square. So we have been given that the perimeter of two squares are 24 and 32. So if this is a square and this is another square, so this perimeter is 24 and the perimeter for this square is 32. This means that the side of this square is going to be multiplied by 4 will be this. This means this side is 6, because 4 times 6, this will be also 6, will be 24. And for this square, the side will be 8, because 4 times side is perimeter. So 32 divided by 4 comes out to be 8, and the side is going to be 8. So if we find the area of this square plus area of this square is equal to area of a bigger square, third square. So this square, if we find the side of this square to be x, suppose, so x square will be equal to 6 square, which is this area of this square, side square, plus 8 square, because it is mentioned that the area of the third square is equal to the sum of the areas of first two square. So area of the first square is 6 square, second square is 8 square, and third square is this one. So this is 36 plus 64, which is equal to 100, is equal to x square. So what will be x? X will be 10, because 10 square is 100. So the side of this square is 10. The side of this square is 10, and the perimeter will be 40, because formula for perimeter is 4 into side, and this will be 40. It is a very easy question. Just you should know the formula for perimeter and the area. So B option is correct for this question. Let's move on to the 14th question. The side of a square is reduced by 50%, then its area will be reduced by how much? So we should know that area of a square is side into side, which means that side multiplied by side. And we should know another formula, which is successive percent change. If we are changing the value of a number by x percentage, and again we are changing it successively by y percentage, then the net percent change is x plus xy by 100. So if we are reducing the side by 50%, means we are reducing this by 50%, and we are reducing this also by 50%. So the net percentage change is going to be minus 50 plus minus 50 into minus 50 divided by 100. So this will come out to be minus of 100, and this 0 will get cut with this 2 zeros, and minus 5 into minus 5 is plus 25. So this is going to be minus of 75. This means that there is a reduction. Minus sign shows that there is a reduction, and the magnitude of reduction is 75%. So area will reduce by 75%. However, in the percentage video, I had showed you the ratio approach. Let's try solve by ratio approach. We know that 50% is 1 by 2. And this side was 2 earlier. Now it has reduced by half, so it has become 1. And again the other side was earlier 2. It has reduced by 50%. It has become 1. So area, if we talk about the area, earlier it was 4. Now it has become 1. Now with this ratio approach, we know that we have to find the percentage decrease. And what is percentage decrease? Percentage decrease is initial value minus final value divided by initial value multiplied by 100. That is what is percentage decrease. So there is a decrease of 3. There is a decrease of 3 out of 4 multiplied by 100. And this will be again 75%. You can use either approach. We have already discussed this approach in detail in percentage chapter. And we can use either this approach xy, the successive percentage formula, or we can use the ratio approach. Let's move to the next question. So here is another question based on successive percentage change. The height of a triangle is increased by 10%. To maintain the original area of the triangle, how much is its corresponding base be reduced? So for this we should know that the area of a triangle is half into base into height and this successive percentage change formula. So it is mentioned that height is increased by 10%. So this height is increased by plus 10%. And there is no change in the area. That means this percentage net change is 0. So I'll put it as base as x. Let's take base as x percent change. So and y becomes this 10% increase. So 0 is equal to x plus 10 plus x into 10 by 100. So what we are getting is this x, this 10 will come this side, minus of 10, and x plus x by 10. What is x plus x by 10? You can write x plus x by 10 as 11x by 10. So x comes out to be, this will come this side, minus of 100 divided by 11. This is minus of 9 1 by 11. Minus of 9 1 by 11. And minus means reduction. Minus means reduced, and by how much? 9 1 by 11%. I hope it is clear. It's very easy question. And based on the another ratio approach, how you will solve it? See, area is equal to half into base into altitude. We know that base, this is not changing. So earlier area was 1 and now also area is 1. However, half is not changed. So half will not change. If we talk about the height, height has increased by 10%. So if my height was 100 earlier, now it has increased by 10%, it has become 110. So this 0 0 will get cancelled. And if we talk about this base, base has become 10 by 11. This will cross multiply and you can get 10 by 11. This means that there is a percentage decrease. What is the percentage decrease? It is 1 reduction out of 11 multiplied by 100, which again comes out to be 9 1 by 11. So this is the ratio approach and this is the successive percentage change approach. Let's move to the next question. So here is question number 16. It is mentioned that the sides of a right angle triangle are equal to 3 consecutive number expressed in centimeters. Then what can be its area? So this is a question based on right angle triangle. We should know the Pythagorean triplet and directly you can put the answer as 6 centimeter without even taking your pen. How? I will tell you now. See, this is a right angle triangle. What it is? It is a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. In a right angle triangle, there is one angle equal to 90 degree. So we have this relation that AB square plus BC square is equal to opposite hypotenuse square, where AB is the perpendicular, BC is the base and AC is the hypotenuse, and this particular theorem is known as Pythagoras theorem. However, to avoid using this theorem always, we have some triplets which follows this relation, and these triplets are 3 4 5, 5 12 13, 7 24 25, 8 15 and 17, and 12 35 and 36. These are few triplets. However, there are unlimited infinite numbers of triplets. So if we see this 3 4 5, how is this following this? See, 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 9 plus 16, which is equal to 25. So this is 3 square, this is 4 square, and if I take this as 5 square, what is 5 square? It is 25, and it is following it. If any 3 pairs of numbers are following this relation, a square plus b square, ab square plus bc square is equal to ac square, they are known as Pythagorean triplet. So in this series, we can see that 3 4 5 is the only series which are consecutive numbers and they are following this right angle triangle Pythagoras theorem. So we know that the area of a triangle, now we can go to the area of a triangle, right? Area of a triangle is half into base into altitude. Means this is 3, this is 4. So this becomes the height, this becomes the base. So half into base into, what is the base? Base is 4 into height is 3. So when I multiply it, it is going to be 6. So if you know this background, you don't even require to take your pen. You can directly take on this, because half into base into altitude becomes 12 by 2, which is 6. Let's move to the next question. So here is question number 17. Let's try and solve it. The sides of a triangle are 13, 14, 15. What is the, find the area of the triangle. So there is a Heron's formula. If the sides of a triangle ABC and S is the semi-perimeter, then area of the triangle is root over S into S minus A, S minus B into S minus C. So see, we know that perimeter. What is the perimeter of a triangle? Perimeter is A plus B plus C. What is A plus B plus C? Suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. Three sides of a triangle are given. So the perimeter will be 13 plus 14 plus 15. And this comes out to be 13 plus 14 plus 15 comes out to be 42. However, S is the semi-perimeter. What is semi-perimeter? Half of the perimeter. So what is S? S is equal to A plus B plus C by 2. So we have to divide by 2. This again we have to divide by 2, which will be 21. Now the area of a triangle, we know that square root of S, which is 21, into S minus A. So 21 minus 13 is 8. S minus B, 21 minus 14 is 7. S minus C, 21 minus 15 is 6. So now if we try to expand this, this is going to be square root of 3 into 7 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 7, and this 6 can be separated as 2 into 3, right? Now this 2 into 8 is how much? This 2 into 8 is, this 2 into 8 is 16. So we will take out 4 outside. This 3 and 3 twice they are multiplied. So we'll get 1 3 outside. 7 and 7 we will get 1 7 outside. 7 3 is 21 and 4 into 21 is 84. 4 into 21 is 84 centimeter square, and this is the area of the triangle, right? So there are many ways to find the area, but this is one of the good methods. If you can remember this formula of Heron's formula and 3 sides are given, directly use this formula and find the area. Here is the next question. The side of an equilateral triangle is 6 centimeter less than the diameter of a circle. The area of the equilateral triangle is 121 root 3 square centimeters. Then what is the area of the circle? So what we have to find here is, we have to find the area of the circle, and we need the radius for finding the area of a circle, but we are not given the radius. It is mentioned that the side of an equilateral triangle is 6 centimeter less than the diameter of the circle, and the second thing is given this, the area of the equilateral triangle is given. So first formula we should know is, area of an equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 into side square. So 121 root 3 is given, which is equal to root 3 by 4 into a square. So this root 3 and root 3 will get cancelled, and this a is equal to 11 square root of 121, and square root of 4 is 2. So multiplied by 2, this will be 22. Now it is mentioned that the side of this 22 is 6 centimeter less than the diameter minus of 6 if you do. So the diameter comes out to be 28. Diameter comes out to be 2 meters. Now the area of a circle is pi r square, or we can write pi d square by 4. Anyways you can write and find the area. So whichever you like, you can take that and you can try to solve it. If you want to use the radius, we can find the radius as 28 by 2, which is 14, right? And the area of the circle is going to be 22 by 7 into r square. 22 by 7 into r square, which is 14 into 14. 7 will get cut by 2 times. So this is 44 multiplied by 14, which is 56 plus 56. So it will be 616 centimeter square. So here is the correct answer, and 18th question number, the area of the circle is 616. Let's move to the next question. So here is question number 19. Let's try and solve it. The radius of a circular wheel is 1.75 meter and it has to go 11 kilometer. How many revolutions will it make? Now see, first of all we should know the circumference. If this is the circle, when it revolves around, when it revolves once, so if this point is A, it will start revolving, this curve will touch the surface and it will keep on revolving, and this again this point will come, and somewhere when the first revolution is over, again this wheel will touch at the same point. So this wheel gets revolved once completely, and the distance covered for that is nothing but the circumference, and circumference is 2 pi r. So we know the circumference, right? Can we find the circumference of this circle? Definitely we can find. It is equal to 2 into 22 by 7 into 1.75. What is 1.75? Yesterday I told you 1.75 is 7 by 4, right? In the previous video, we have already discussed how 1.75 is 7 by 4 in data interpretation video. So this is 7 by 4. This 7 and 7 will get cancelled. 4 will cut this 2 and this 22 11 times. So the circumference is 11 meters. 11 meters. However, we have to cover a distance which is equal to 11 kilometers. And 11 kilometers means 11,000 meters. So in one revolution, so 11 meters means one revolution. So 11,000 meters means 1 by 11 multiplied by 11,000, which will be actually 1,000 revolutions. This 11 will cut this, and 1,000 revolutions is what you will have to make for covering this distance of 11 kilometers. I hope it is very clear. Let's move to the next question. Here is question number 20. Let's try and solve it. The volumes of two cubes are in the ratio 27:1. Then what is the ratio of its sides? It is going to be 3:1. Very, very easy question, because we know that volume is side cube. So if V1 is to V2 is given as 27:1, this means that this is a side 1 ka whole cube multiplied by side 2 ka whole cube. So to find A1 by A2 whole cube, we are being given which is 27 by 1. And to find the A1 ratio A2, we have to take the cube root on both sides. So we will get that A1, that is the side of cube 1, is to side of cube 2 is nothing but 3:1, because cube root of 27 is 3, and this ratio of the sides is going to be 3:1. I hope this method is clear to you. Let's move to the question number 21. So here is question number 22. We have to find the length of the longest rod which can be placed in a hall of 10 meter length, 6 meter width and 4 meter height. Suppose you are sitting in a room. The length of that room is hall is or it is a room or a hall, it is the same thing. 10 meter is the length and 4 meter is the width, and the height is given as 6 meter. Now if you can see which is the longest rod you can keep in that room is the diagonal. Suppose this is one corner and the other side opposite there is one corner. The diagonal is going to be the longest rod which you can keep in that room. So the formula to find the diagonal of a cuboid is square root of L square plus B square plus H square, where L, B and H are the length, breadth and height. So directly we need to find the diagonal, which is square root of 10 square plus 6 square plus 4 square, which is equal to 100 plus 36 plus 16, and this is equal to square root of, this will be 16 plus 36 will be 52, and this is 152. This is actually 4 multiplied by 38. And this 4 will come out, this is equal to 2 under root 38. And the answer to this question is 2 root 38, which is the diagonal of this hall. I hope it is clear. Let's move to the next question. So here is question number 22. Let's try and solve it. If a radius of a sphere is increased by 2 centimeters, its surface area increases by 352 centimeters square. Then what is the surface area before the change? Now we should know that whenever there is nothing mentioned in the question, we should take the total surface area. However, for a sphere, the formula for curved surface area and total surface area both are same, and the formula is 4 pi r square. So let us assume that first there was a sphere and again we increased it by 2 centimeters. So first the radius was r, then we increased it by 2 centimeters, it became r plus 2. So here the area is going to be 4 pi r plus 2 whole square, and here it is going to be 4 pi r square. So the increase here is 352. So what we can write is, we can take out this 4 pi common, because here also 4 pi is there, here also 4 pi is there. So that minus this will be 4 pi common we have taken, r plus 2 whole square minus r square is equal to 352. So we know that 4 and pi is 22 by 7. And we can open this bracket as r square plus 4r minus r square is equal to 352. So r square and r square cancelled. Now if we cut this 4 with this, it will go how many times? 8 is 32, again 8 is 32. Again this 22 will get cancelled with this 88. How many times? 4 times. Now 4 plus 4, if I take out common, we'll get r plus 1, and this is equal to 4, and this 7 will go that side multiplied by 7. 4 and 4 cancel, so r plus 1 is 7, so r will be equal to 6 centimeter. R will be equal to 6 centimeter, and 6 is the correct answer. That before it was 6, later on it became 8 times. I hope it is clear. Let's move to the next question. So here is question number 23. Let's try and solve it. The volume of a right circular cone is 1232 and its height is 24 centimeter. Accordingly, what is the curved surface area? So we should know that the volume for the cone is 1 by 3 pi r square. So this is a cone, this is its radius, base radius, and this is its height. So the volume for this cone is 1 by 3 pi r square. However, we need to find the curved surface area, and the curved surface area is pi r l, where L is the slant height. This is the L, right? Now, we have been given that the volume is this much. So let's try and use this formula first. 1 by 3 pi. What is pi? Pi is 22 by 7. And we have been given the height, which is 24. So we can find the radius. R square multiplied by height is 24 is equal to 1232. And if we try to cut it by 11, we'll get 2 here. This is 1s are 11, 1s are 11, 2s are 12. If I cut this by 2, we will get 56 over here. And if I cut this by 8, we will get 3 over here. And we'll get 7 over here. 3 and 3 cancel. So r square is 7 square. So r is 7. Radius is 7. Now we got the radius as 7. And this height as 24. Can you find the slant height? Definitely we have got the Pythagoras theorem to find the slant height. We know the Pythagoras theorem to find the slant height. However, we have a shorter technique. We know that this triangle ABC is a right angle triangle, and just now we saw that 7, 24 and 25 is a triplet. So the third side is going to be 25. Either you can use Pythagoras theorem, or we know that 7, 24 and 25 is a triplet. Third side, that is the slant height, is going to be the 25, right? Now let's try to solve this. And we need to find the curved surface area, which is 22 by 7 multiplied by radius, which is 7 multiplied by slant height, which is 25, and this will come out to be 550 centimeter square, right? B option. 23 option is B. I hope it is clear to you, right? Let's move to the next question. So here is question number 24. The ratio of the volumes of two cones are 2:3 and the radius of their bases are 1:2. What is the ratio of their height? So we know that the volume of a cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Now using this, if we try to divide V1 divided by V2, two cones are given, 1 by 3 pi, the radius of first cone be r1 square and h1 divided by 1 by 3 pi r2 square into h2, right? 1 by 3 pi, 1 by 3 pi got cancelled. Now V1 ratio V2, the radius volumes of two cones are in the ratio 2:3. We can write 2:3, and it is given that the radius are in the ratio r1 by r2 are in the ratio 1 by 2. However, here it is a square, so we can square it over here, and the square value is 1 by 4. So instead of r1 square by r2 square, we can put as 1 by 4 and multiplied by h1 by h2, which we need to find. This 4 will go there, and h1 by h2 is 4 into 2, 8 by 3. So the ratio is nothing but 8:3. I hope it is clear. It's a very easy question, but you need to know the formula for the volume of the cone and the ratios, how you need to put that also you should know. Let's move to the 25th question. Here is a hemisphere. The total surface area of a hemisphere is 27 pi square centimeter. Then what is the base of the radius of the hemisphere? Hemisphere is something like this. Half ball. So we know that total surface area of this hemisphere is 3 pi r square. How did it come? So to understand this formula 3 pi r square, see, here is a globe in front of me and this is a sphere, right? This is a sphere. We know that for a sphere, the total surface area for a sphere, that is for an entire circle, the total surface area is 4 pi r square. Now when we are cutting it from here in between, what happens? There will be two circles coming out. Here will be one circle extra and here will be another circle extra. Like this, when we are making a cut For example, if this is a full circle, what happens when I cut it from here? There will be two circles, one in the above section and one in the lower section. And the area of a circle, we know that area of a circle, this part and this part will be equal pi r square. So pi r square for this one and pi r square for the bottom one. So the total area over here will be, already we are having total surface area of the outside, and this 2 pi r square increased. So there is 4 pi r square plus 2 pi r square, which happens to be 6 pi r square. However, this is one section and this is the second section. So each section, for each section, the area is going to be 6 by 2 pi r square, half of each section. So this will be 3 pi r square. I hope you understood how is the total surface area of a hemisphere 3 pi r square, and for a sphere it is 4 pi r square. Now let's come back to this question. So it is given that 3 pi r square is equal to 27 pi. So pi and pi got cancelled. 3 will cut this 27 9 times. So the radius is nothing but 3 centimeters. We need to find the radius of the base, which is nothing but b. Right? It's very easy question, but you need to understand this formula. Right? 3 pi r square is the total surface area of a hemisphere. So there are two more questions in this video. This is the question number 26. The three metal solid spheres, diameter of 6 centimeters, 8 centimeters and 10 centimeters, is melted and molded into a new solid sphere. The diameter of the new sphere is. So suppose if we are melting an object and we are changing it into another object, we should equate the volumes. And here we are discussing about a sphere. So we should know that the volume of a sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube, where r is the radius. And radius is equal to diameter by 2, half of the diameter. And we know that radius is d by 2. So now there are three spheres. This is sphere 1, this is sphere 2, and this is sphere 3. Now the diameter for them is 6. So the first radius is going to be half of 6, which is 3. For the second one, it is going to be half of 8, which is equal to 4. And for third one, the diameter is going to be 10. So the radius is going to be 5. Now the volume V1 of this plus V2 of this plus V3 will be equal to the volume of a third sphere, for which we have to find the diameter. And what is the diameter? Let's take d. So what is going to be its radius? Its radius, this part is going to be d by 2. This part is going to be d by 2. So now if we try to find the volume V1 plus V2 plus V3, we know that this 4 by 3 pi is common to all. So we can write 4 by 3 pi common. And what we'll get is r cube. So here it is 3 cube plus again 4 cube plus 5 cube is equal to the volume of this big sphere, which is 4 by 3 pi r cube. But instead of r, we can put diameters half, because we know that radius is half of diameter. So we can put d by 2 whole cube, because we need to ultimately find the diameter. So why to waste another radius over here and then doubling it? Directly you can put d by 2 over here and find the radius, right? And we know that this 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 will get cancelled. This 3 cube is 27 plus 4 cube is 64 plus 5 cube is 125 is equal to d by 3 d by 2 whole cube. So 27 plus 84 is 91. 91 plus 125 is 216. 216 is equal to d by 2 whole cube. So let's find the cube root. If we find the cube root here and cube root here, you will get 6 is equal to d by 2. Means the diameter is 12 centimeters. So the diameter we need to find, and the diameter is nothing but 12 centimeters. I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the 27th question. And this is going to be the last question for the day. The ratio of the sides of the cuboids are in the ratio 1:2:3, and its surface area is 88. What is its volume? So here is a cuboid. We should know the total surface area formula and the volume formula. If this is a cuboid, the ratio of length, breadth and height is given. L is to B is to H is given as 1:2:3. So why not let's us suppose that the length is equal to x, breadth is equal to 2x and height is equal to 3x. So this is x, this is 2x and this is 3x. So if we put it in this formula, then the total surface area will come out to be 2 into LB. LB is what? X into 2x, which will be 2x square. BH is 2 into 3, which will be equal to 6x square, and H into L will be 3x square. When we add them all, we'll get 2 into 2 plus 3 is 8 plus 3 is 11x square. And this is the total surface area, which is given as 88. So let's put over here 88. 2 and 11 is 22. This will cut 4 times. So x is equal to 2. If x is equal to 2, we know that length is 2 centimeter, height is 6 centimeter, and breadth is 4 centimeter. So we got the value of length, breadth, and height. So can we find the volume? Volume is equal to L into B into H, which is equal to 2 into breadth is 4 and the height is 6. So this is going to be 2 4 is 8 multiplied by 6, it is 48 centimeter cube. So 27th question is C option. I hope we understood the formula for total surface area and the volume of the cuboid, and we have found the required result. So in this part of FTR 3.0, we have seen the quantitative aptitude part 5, in which we have taken the top questions from permutation and combination, probability, mensuration 2D and mensuration 3D. And with this, the series of quantitative aptitude will be stopped here. From tomorrow onwards, we will get the series on reasoning ability. I hope this quantitative aptitude preparation, in which we have taken more than 150 questions, would be very, very helpful for you to qualify your CSAT. All the best and stay tuned on Competition Community.
CGPSC की संपूर्ण तैयारी के लिए कंपटीशन कम्युनिटी के YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और डेली अपडेट्स के लिए बेल आइकन को प्रेस करना ना भूलें।